it! But they'll never take our Independence Day!
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go!
Hey, my name is Brian, that is John. Welcome to the BRANE Show. It's great to see you guys. My voice is destroyed. I have like this upper airway congestion thing. I sound a little bit like Jaden from Starfleet Academy, but not gay. How you doing today, buddy?
Not yet.
I'm
doing fine, thanks, mate.
Clyden, I really want to see your penis.
Yeah. By the end of the show, I will be gay.
I will be very, very gay. Hey, Shane did message me and said, I'm gonna try to make it, bro. So he's gonna try to make it. I'm not rushing him. If he shows up, great. If not, it's okay. Yeah. He was extremely sick. Like pneumonia, walking pneumonia sick, but we'll see. Hopefully he shows up.
Rest up, brother. We'll do the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Anyways, how you doing today, brother?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. I've got over Star Trek Academy episode 7. I've purged that from my soul.
Okay.
Which is great. I'm ready to rock and roll. Lots of good stuff to talk about today, my friend.
You purged it from your soul? Did that mean that you went in the bathroom and threw up until it stopped tasting like Jaden?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Just want to make sure.
That was a 4-hour event, mate.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. We are talking about some cool stuff today. We're not going to be talking about Star Trek today. I'm sure it'll come up multiple times because we're angry.
We're big Star Trek fans.
Angry Star Trek fans. But we are going to be talking about. Excuse me. Come on, buddy. Get it together, Brian.
Yeah. This is what he does. You know, you don't understand, everybody, just the kind of work that Brian does to get into this show. Brian actually sounds like, hi, everybody, I sound like this. Yeah. So he works on his voice before each show.
Yeah, I have to. I'm going to be showing you guys actually a training regimen I do every day before the show. But before we get into that, we are talking about, we're going to be talking about Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, which is a phenomenal series. So much better than most of the slop we see lately. We're going to be doing some meme review stuff. We have... excuse me. Can you talk for a second?
Yeah. So, Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I watched it this week. I'll be honest, I'm not a big Game of Thronesy type fan, but I really enjoyed this series, so I'm looking forward to talking about that. We've got other stuff to talk about. We've got, Trump saying release the UFO information. That's going to be great as well. We can get deep into that, talk about that. And then you know what it's like on this show. We always throw something up that's worth talking about. There's always something great on this channel.
I'm back.
He's back.
Also, 2 presidents confirmed that there are aliens, just so you guys know. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. So that's very interesting. So we're going to be talking about that. And summer blockbuster sleepers, some serious sleepers like Mortal Kombat is not getting enough attention, in my opinion. So we're going to be talking about that too.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. Did you guys see this RFK workout video with Kid Rock? Did everyone see that?
No, not seen this one, man.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it up here. Basically, after the TP USA thing happened, RFK, who is our, what is he like? I forgot our health guy. Yeah, our health secretary. To be fair, he looks great considering how
he's jacked.
Yeah, how old he is. He looks super jacked, bro. But he made a video.
Crush my skull with his bicep.
Yeah, he could. Definitely could. He made a video where him and Kid Rock did like a workout video thing. I'm going to show you guys right now. And it's the most ridiculous thing.
All right, it's weekly weird news.
Oh,
and obviously...
Wrong one. There it goes. This is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a long, long time. So, this is what I look like also getting ready for the show every Saturday. Here we go. Oh, watch out, I got muted a little bit because we got the ball to the ball of the video. But it starts with bears and sharks and American flags. Right. And they start taking their shirts off, these old men. And I'm going to keep muting it because they're going to get us for that the copyright. But then they start working out, and it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's when they take their shirts off when they're wearing like low-rise jeans with no shirt. It
they
starts to
start
look
pressing-
like maybe they're about to film a gay porn.
Yeah. They
There
start
we go.
pressing nipples against nipples.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's pretty much what I look like every Saturday getting ready for this show. If you
That's
guys
Brian
don't know.
and Shane, normal day at work.
Yeah, that's our normal day. I love it when they get in like they get in the bath, the cold bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, bro.
I got to be honest, mate. From what I'm seeing there, that would slot straight into a Star Trek Academy episode quite easily.
Oh yeah. You just see Jaden in the back. Secretary RFK. All right.
I'm going to make you sweat.
Look, to be clear, I like Secretary Kennedy. I think he's a good guy. I think he's had a very shoddy, weird past. But now, in his older age, he is straight up pumped, looking great, and he's trying to make sure everyone's healthy. And he says some weird stuff sometimes, and maybe has some weird ideas. But you know what? No more than any other of the weird, crazy politicians we have. So people try to make everything tribalistic, right? Like, oh, I'm a Democrat, so I hate all Republicans. I'm a Republican, I hate all Democrats. Here's the deal: there are people with good intentions on both sides, and there are corrupt people on both with bad intentions on both sides as well.
Stirring up the red ants between the black ants,
Right.
That's what they do.
Yep, and you know who's really in charge? The freaking grasshoppers.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
The-
They're running the show,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That's the red ants versus the black ants. But you know who's really in charge? The grasshoppers. And there's like a dozen of them, and there are millions of us. And as long as we're fighting each other, we're not looking up and noticing that the grasshoppers are really in charge. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Just saying. Yes, and you know what? Christopher's right. We all have shady paths, right? I do, for sure. Speaking of which, let me tell you a quick little story. I was once locked in a meat freezer at a nightclub run by the Armenian mob. I feel like I can talk about this now because I actually recently found out that the guy who ran the nightclub died, and so he's never going to see this video and try to find me. But I used to program websites. I was a coder, and this Armenian nightclub, big nightclub, was opening here in Southern California, and they wanted like a real glossy website. And back then, this is before the Indian market took over websites, I was like one of the best in SoCal. I can make anything look epic. And I was especially good at doing graphics, right? Making killer websites and that looked glossy. They didn't always work really, really good, but they looked really good. I used like Flash and Java and stuff that was like so beyond normal websites. And they reached out to me and my little company, and they were like, we want to have a meeting. So I went to this meeting at this high rise in the middle of like Irvine, which is like a big city here. And I was blown away at how rich everyone. Like I pulled up and there's like Bentleys and like it looked like the Saudi princes were having a retreat or whatever. And I go in there and this guy's like, "Hey, good to meet you, man. You know, I see your work. It's so good. It's so classy. It's exactly what we need. You know, that lifestyle." And I'm like, "All right, well, whatever. It's gonna cost, $5,500 up front, and then another $5,500 when it's done." So in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna make about $11,000 to make this website. And we had a meeting, and of course, they wanted all like the rap culture and all that 90s stuff. And this was back in like 2000, maybe 2008, 2010, somewhere in there. And I forgot exactly when, but it was before my kids were born. I know that. And so they ended up going with me. And I made a mock-up, and we had a pretty good relationship for like 3 months. And then they got really hard to work with, and they just wouldn't approve anything I did, right? And it was almost like maybe they were running out of money, and they'd already given me $5,500, and they didn't want to maybe go through with it. I thought it was a little weird the way they were acting because they weren't approving anything. And I'm like, you just got to approve the last bit of this so I can program it into a website for you. And I already made their flyers and their business cards and their logo and all that. Like, dude, their logo was literally like made into a giant, like 25 feet by 25 feet sign that was just hanging over the Anaheim Angel Stadium. It was huge. It was like, I'm not going to say the name, but it was like something nightclub, right? And it was hilarious because these guys were clearly using all my stuff. They were still going forward with the grand opening, but they weren't approving anything. How do you guys expect to have this done by the time your freaking nightclub opens? Because they wanted to tie it into like Facebook and MySpace and all this social media. And finally, like last minute, they approved it. Like last minute, bro. And I realized what they were trying to do because in my contract, there was a stipulation that if the website wasn't done by the day I specified, then there would be I would have to give 25% of the money back. So they would only have to pay half of the final fee. And that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to rush me. Just playing real dirty. Well, what it is, they don't know me. I'm like, no. I don't have to sleep, dude. Like, you're only giving me 4 days to program this website? That's fine. 4 days? I'm just going to pop some Addy. I didn't say that online. Did I say that on stream? I meant caffeine and espresso.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink a lot of caffeine. And for the next 4 days, I'm going to make this happen. And me and my partner at the time, this little meth head from the 909 area. He's a crazy coder. We just got to work, bro. And we were just like coding, just coding away. And like the day before, we sent the website over and it was done. Probably some of my best work. Like, dude, you went to the website, the logo spun around. It was like something nightclub experience. And the guys were impressed. They were like, oh my God, this is really good. And they're like, yeah, come down to the club and we'll get you paid up. And you can be part of the grand opening, okay? I'm like,
hey, Carlito.
Yeah, right. I should have been like,
Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
I should have been like, maybe I shouldn't go to the mobsters premiere when they were clearly trying to rob me earlier. But I was a little younger and a lot dumber. And I didn't think about that. I just thought, I'm going to get my money. So remember, they owed me $5,500. So I show up with my buddy Jason, who loves nightclubs, this little skinny guy. He's like, yeah, man, I can't believe we're going to nightclubs. So people used to call him, him and me, the Jabba the Hutt and the little skinny, that guy. Because he was a skinny, tall guy, and I was like a real hefty dude. Anyway, we show up to this nightclub, and then real nice, like too nice. You know when someone's being too nice to you, something's up, right? And they're being way too nice. And they have us back there. And the owner finally shows up. He's like, hey, Brian, good to see you. Can I, let me show you something really cool over here, bro. And he takes me over to like the back area. And again, I'm not thinking this through. I just think the guy is like from one owner to another owner being nice. Yeah. Next you know.
That I'd be out.
Right, yeah. You would have been gone. You would have been like, no, I'm good. I'll see you tomorrow. Venmo me, right? No, I wasn't thinking it through. Younger, a lot dumber. And we get pushed into a meat freezer. Like a giant, one of those freezers that are like in the back of restaurants. And all of a sudden, these two guys are literally holding on to me and my buddy Jay. And that's when it all hit me. I'm like, damn it, these guys are going to kill me. I'm going to die right now. Yeah. I'm going to die in an Armenian nightclub over $5,500. This is some bull crap. And my buddy Jay is like, oh, hey, God, what's going on, guys? He's trying to act like he's obviously nervous, but he's trying to be nice. And then my temper flared up, and I got mad and started screaming at the guy. And the guy literally brandishes a weapon. He was like, you mess with me, and you mess with me. And he starts screaming at me in other languages. And I don't even know why he's mad. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Hey, blank, I'm not sure why you're mad. I did exactly what you asked for the price you asked me for, and that was with complications. And I started getting indignant. And instead of acting like a scared little sissy, I got in his face. The guy is surrounded by like 4 big dudes, and he has a gun. And I'm in his face, and Jason's like, hey, Brian, like, you need to chill out, bro, chill out. That's right. No, Jay, that's not cool. Because I came down here expecting to have a drink and get a check for a job well done. I got mad. And the guy was clearly confused because he expected me to be like really afraid, and I was initially. But then I realized how absurd the situation was, and I got angry. And the guy goes, I'm like, why are you stuttering, huh, Armand? You promised me that we would have a great working relationship and that we were a great pair. And yet you've given me nothing but problems. And now, on the day I deliver a perfect product, you're trying to threaten me? And I start getting all mad. I'm in his face. And everyone in there is confused because I should be angry, right? One of the guys turns around and punches my friend who's not even talking.
So what Brian's actually telling us right now, the true story is Brian left his former partner.
Wait, I'm getting there. He just punches him for no reason. The guy's like, what the hell, man? He loses a teeth, right? He loses a tooth. And that's when I was like, all right, this is unbelievable. I'm charging you extra now. And I start getting super indignant. And everyone's confused. And finally the guy's like, you know what? This isn't working. Let's go to my office. And they take me outside of the freezer and they give my buddy an ice pack and he writes me a check and he goes, okay, you did a very good job and thank you for everything. And I'm like, thank you. Have a great day. And I shook his hand like we weren't just a neat meat freezer being threatened. And it was the weirdest thing. We're walking out and my buddy's like, I think we were about to die. I'm like, yeah, bro, I think so too. And we just left. And since then, I have never had any community. They never called me about the website, support, nothing. Everyone just moved on. Like nothing happened. The craziest thing I've ever been through.
Well, all I would want to say is, if the Albanian mafia are watching the BRANE Show right now, I just want to say thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you watching today, and please don't kill us.
It was the Armenian mafia.
Armenian,
sure.
So, the Albanian. Sorry. I denigrated the wrong party.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I've got both. Got both.
Now they're both gonna find you.
They'll be fighting over each other. Go, do we take him to your freezer or do we take him to our freezer?
Whose freezer did we go to? Yeah, bro, it was the weirdest, craziest story. I have a lot of crazy stories from my travels, but that one was such a mind F because I don't know if I saved my own life by just getting angry and indignant, or if the whole thing was just a charade, and maybe it was. Maybe they're just trying to like threaten me, and maybe they were hoping that they would put, I would say sorry and leave without them having to pay me. But instead, I got mad at them, and the guy didn't know how to react, and so he just sort of shook my hand and said, "Thank you for your work."
I've not done anything like that. The wildest thing I've ever had really was I was in a nightclub and I was in the bathroom, and 2 guys got the wrong cubicle. They were looking for someone that they wanted to beat up, and they kicked the cubicle door in, and as they kicked it in, the the edge of it slammed right into the top of my forehead.
Oh no.
So I walked out and they went, you all right? I went, yeah, fine. They scarpered. And as I walked out the club, a group of like 4 absolutely stunning women suddenly said, are you okay? And they came over to me and I've got blood pouring down my face. and at this point I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm just going with it now. And I just went, they drew first blood, not me.
I did that one time where I came home with like a black eye and like blood, and my dad was like, what happened to you? I'm like, and I tried to act tough. I'm like, you should see the other guy. But then I started crying. And he's like, he's like, you just got beat up. I'm like, yeah, I got beat up. I didn't even hit back. They knocked me off my bike and took it. And then I had to walk the rest of the way home, and they took my bike.
Genius.
And there was nothing manly about it whatsoever. They just beat me up and took my stuff. Speaking of beating up people and taking their stuff, Shane is actually here. I see him in the chat. There we go. Wait. No, that's not him. That's Dr. Pepper. Hold up. I believe Shane's about to show up. Everyone, you ready?
Hey.
There he is.
Good to see him. Good
My
to see
man,
him,
returning hero,
Legend.
bro.
Guys, I got to tell you that if the least surprising thing I could have heard this morning is that Brian was almost killed at a meat freezer. That's the least surprising thing because I became his partner right after that happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. You guys want to hear this? Wait. So my business partner at the time was my buddy who almost got killed and had his tooth knocked out. Like literally 2 years later, Shane becomes my business partner, and that guy moves out.
Trust me, I've heard it all, seen it all.
So I did hear from him last night. He called and just to say hi, and I'm like, "How you doing?" I love this guy. He'll be my brother for life, but I haven't actually seen him for like 15 years. You know.
Well, he's in hiding. He's on police protection.
It's interesting though. Shane's right though. He left like within a year of that incident, and then Shane and I hooked up.
That's funny. Yeah.
I don't know if the two events are connected, but maybe it really shook him up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to be back. It has been the last time you guys saw us, I guess, was the day before the Super Bowl. And then I got really super sick. And I actually spent a week thinking someone was trying to murder me in my bed. But, you know, it was just really a bad flu. So
it wasn't the Armenian mob?
Yeah, I was going to say, after what Brian just said.
Chasing me on my bed. It was pretty bad. I got to tell you what's funny is you guys, if you've seen Game of Thrones, you know when Theon Greyjoy basically gets caught after like taking over Winterfell and like putting a torch to it, right? He gets caught by Bolton's bastard, and that sadistic fucker like spends however amount of time making him think like he's going to escape and then torturing him and like back and forth. That's what this illness the last 2 weeks has been.
Gotcha.
Like. Yeah, so luckily I still have my manhood.
Okay, so speaking of manhoods,
yeah.
I see Matt McGee is in the chat. Matt McGee, can you tell me if you got your package, bro? Okay.
Oh, nice.
Because this is important. Today's promotion is if we do get enough to cover the shipping, then here we go.
Shane became Rican.
Then guess what? One of y'all will get a grab bag in your size t-shirt. And if you know Matt McGee, if Matt McGee's in the chat, let me know. I don't just put the shirts in there. I don't just put the hat in there. I try to put goodies. And we have collected years of random promotional stuff from various TV shows and movies and stuff that people have given us to try to promote their stuff. We literally have tote boxes and tote boxes of random pop
Mafia
culture
members' jewelry,
pop culture stuff, like the gold teeth of a mafia boss. Don't ask me how I got that, but do not F with website designers. I'm just gonna say that. No, but seriously, like I think one of the things we have like a bunch of little Aquaman statues that I don't know what to do with. I have like 20 of them. Like they just sent them. We have a bunch of stuff.
Or Jason Momoa naked.
The Expanse, a bunch of stuff from the Orville, a bunch of stuff from Star Trek. Yeah, okay, Matt McGee, thank you, sir. He received it yesterday, and there's a bunch of extra goodies in there. Yes.
Ooh, nice.
I put a bunch of the Expanse stuff in there because I remember, if I remember correctly, Matt McGee was an Expanse fan. So I just dug in there and I just throw a bunch of cool Expanse stuff. Stuff that costs on eBay a lot more than our grab bag, coincidentally. So
yes, you could resell it and make all your money back, guys.
You can make all your money back just reselling that stuff. I think I put a flask in there. A flask? Yeah, it was an Expanse flask. It's an Expanse flask, I think.
Did you put that Star Trek Academy Jaden and Kyle t-shirt in for him as well?
No, but I did put a thumb drive with their hidden sex tape. Yeah, and there's a lot of penises, because you know. So the Klingons have 2 penises, but what's that guy's name? The other guy, they have 6. Kyle has 6.
Like 8 penises hanging out.
Yeah, just a lot of penises everywhere.
You're in the writers' room, you two.
But guys, that's the promo today. Assuming we make enough to cover the shipping, then the highest super chatter will get the mystery grab bag that includes 3 shirts in your size, guaranteed, and whatever goodies I can dig out of the 17 tote boxes we have. We have so much random stuff. I have an Orville jacket. Like, you can't
have that though.
Yeah, you can't have that. That's I have an Orville jacket that looks like a varsity jacket with all the Orville stuff. Like, someone spent a lot of money on this jacket, and they just gave me one. But I can't. It doesn't fit me. It's like a large, dude.
I don't even care. I think mine's a medium, but
right, yeah, you have a medium.
There were probably only like maybe 50 of those made. So.
Yeah, there's 50 of these things made easily, and
cool.
like Shane's would only fit on like his forearm, you know. But they're obviously value. I'm not gonna ever give those away, but we have a lot of stuff like that. So
we may never get another Orville, but maybe.
So annoying.
Dude, that jacket is one day I'll have to post it up. It's a really cool jacket.
It's good looking.
All right. So like we said, we're going to be talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about presidential confirmations of aliens, 2 presidents now, and what came after that with Trump. We're going to be talking about sleeper blockbusters that no one's paying attention to, and a bunch of random, really fun stuff today.
And we should talk about the terrible rumors that Picard season 3 is at fault for Starfleet Academy. I heard that going around.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's absolutely insane.
We're gonna debunk that shit today for sure.
What upside down world are we living in right now?
Right.
Yeah, they're like blaming Terry Metalis for Starfleet Academy.
Wait, how do you say Terry Metalis, John?
Metalis.
No, how do you said the other. He was like Metalis.
Metalis, yeah.
I like that.
Okay, I'm getting sick of coming on this channel and you having a pop at me and how I say my British things. you scumbags.
Speaking of which, if you want more of John and his scumbaggery, please go to his channel. The link is in the description, but I will show it to you regardless, because it's a good one. He has a good channel, and I get to go on there all the time, and it's not as much as I want
Misery
to.
Loves Company, Star Trek Academy reviews, guys.
But we do
that.
We do reviews over there. We do Stargate SG-1 watch-alongs. He's covering the horrible Starfleet Academy.
Ooh. I mean, that you should get paid something extra for doing that, I think.
But you guys go check him out. It's Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. The link is in the description. Okay, please check out John's channel. He grew it from when I met him. It was like 26 subscribers. Now it's 500 something, and it's growing. Ooh. It's because John has a good way about him. He finds the right people, and he has a good conversation, and so it's worth a chance. Worth the sub.
Yeah. It's nice of him to say that, especially hearing that from a gang member at such a time. Nice to hear that.
It means a lot. Yeah. Either that or you should be worried somehow.
I've given John way too much ammunition today, bro.
Yeah. I'm scared to walk out the house now. I'm like, what's that red dot on my jacket?
In the words of the chat, do not F with website designers. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Look, don't do it. If there was the least offensive, the least scary job description in the world, it would be a website designer.
No one sees you coming. No one sees you coming.
No.
Opted in for that. Scorsese opted on that movie yet for the coming soon. The website.
The website designer who wants
big line from it is C++, bitch.
C++ revenge. C++ open caret print _ revenge.
Throwing nubcap signs, bro.
Close caret exit.
Everybody's like, most people are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Jason Statham as Brian, the website designer.
You got to pick somebody not nerdy though, not Jason Statham. It'd have to be like It'd be like
Jason Momoa. He's in everything.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa as the website designer.
This time it's personal.
But he just acts like Jason Momoa and clearly doesn't know. He clearly doesn't know C++ or Java. He's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna turn off your computer or something, bro. Whatever. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
nobody hacks my back end. That's right.
Oh, we got to opt for. We got to get that movie optioned.
Okay, so let's talk about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms because, well, let me pull my Plex up real quick.
You'll have to forgive some of my coughing is still here, but
Oh yeah, I've been coughing the whole time, dude. I literally started off the show. I knew I had to tell like a long story because I was like this. I needed to like get my throat moving.
yeah.
And I've been awake since 6 a.m. It's just when you're not talking enough, all of a sudden your voice is just closing
Yeah,
up.
you used to have a warm-up show, but it's not been around lately.
Yeah, usually I have the salty nerds to start me up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're the new Sodium Geeks every Saturday at 10.
We'll live up to all your expectations.
Okay, so I just booted my Plex up, and I'm going to pull up the Night of the Seven Kingdoms here. Here we go. So I opted not to get, by the way, HBO. Because Shane was like, bro, you have to see this show. Which means you AKA have to pay an insane amount of money for HBO Max again. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not against HBO Max. I think HBO Max is actually making some of the best content out there. But I don't want to pay the price. I'd rather wait for everything to come out and then pay like for 1 month and just binge because it's so expensive. But
Coming to the UK in March, HBO Max.
I use my Keep streams and I got it hooked up to my Plex. And that way I can watch it wherever I want without having to pay the price. But here we go. So this show, when Shane told me about it, I initially saw the trailer and I thought, so it's the Mandalorian and Goku, but in the
Yes.
but in the Game of Thrones world. That's what I thought. It wasn't just me,
Where
right?
Grogu is smarter than the Mandalorian.
Right. And
Yes.
and better spoken.
Right.
And so when I saw it, I thought it was gonna be like a Mandalorian, ripoff or whatever, but set in GOT. And so, but Shane kept telling me, gotta watch it, bro. Gotta watch it, bro. Bro, you gotta watch it, bro. So I finally booted it up, took the time to get the episodes. And I gotta say, dude, first off, this show, I want to show you guys how it starts. Game of Thrones is dragons, epic battles, kings fighting over thrones, boobies, more dragons, penises, dragons, fire,
You still get
hot
penises.
chicks, kings, wars, dragons, right?
More boobs.
More boobs. Yeah. A lot of boobs. All right. So, but
Saggy boobs, big boobs,
sag
small
boobs, yeah. All kinds of boobs. We have all the boobs. I feel like that guy from Dusk Till Dawn, Cheech, out there. We got big boobs and saggy boobs and small boobs. From Dusk Till Dawn. So I started it up, and it starts off with this main character. He's called Dunk. Later on, Duncan, but Dunk because he's not very smart. He is the squire, a gigantic 7-foot squire for an old hedge knight. A hedge knight was like the lowest class of knight. They're the knights that are knighted, but they're not nobility. They usually don't have. They're like the working knights, right?
I love the way they explain it, because I've read, of course, I read all the novels before Game of Thrones ever came out, and I'm into this stuff, and so I always wondered why they were called a hedge knight, and they explain it in here. A hedge knight is they sleep among the hedges. They're so poor that they sleep among the hedges, so they're hedge knights.
Okay, so speaking of that, real quick. So before I go back on the explainer, can you actually explain where this show came from? Because I think I started.
Yeah. So George R.R. Martin doesn't want to finish Game of Thrones because he's a bitch ass motherfucker, and so he just keeps writing prequels. But I will say his mini stories about Sir Duncan Egg, which is actually a really, really cool little prequel that he did. This takes place, I believe, 70 years before Game of Thrones does. and it follows these characters that George has created that really kind of get you comfortable with the lower end of the Game of Thrones universe of Westeros. We've watched, pretty much from the Lord's eyes. We've watched it from the dragon's point of view now with the prequel series that took place 300 years before Game of Thrones. What was that called again?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, yeah.
House of the Dragon. And so we keep playing at this level. Now we're seeing it from the dirt side. And that's kind of what he wanted to show us here is, you were still playing amongst lords and kings, but we're seeing it from the angles up. So
right. And yeah, and again, the hedge knights, they sleep in the hedges. They're the lowest of the knights. Right. And we're starting off with the squire of one of these aging knights. And he's an older man, and he's been dying for a while. And we start off with him literally burying, I can't say that word, digging a hole and putting his, putting his hedge knight in there. And he just sort of assumes his hedge knight's knightdom or whatever, because
does he assume it? I didn't quite figure it out.
So the knight always said he planned to knight Sir Dunk.
Well, but Sir Dunk is saying he was knighted before. So was he lying?
I think he might be lying.
Don't they say in the episode, it's established that you have to pass on, you have to be a pure blood, so you have to be the son of the knight to be able to become a knight.
To be able to carry his sigil. To carry his sigil.
Yeah, but they do say in there that you have to be, when he's talking to the is it the magistrate or someone in the first episode?
Right.
He says to him, no, you have to actually be of the lineage of the knight
to carry a shield, not to be a knight.
Any knight can make a knight. So in order, what his grace was saying was he had to change his shield because he didn't have the same blood as Sir Aaron of Penny.
Right. So he can't have the same logo, basically.
Yeah, he needs to change his logo because the website designer is going to kick you.
Yeah. Because do not mess with website designers.
Don't change your logo, bro.
So it starts off with him burying, God damn it, his boss essentially. And then, and this is what I love about this, it sets the tone very quickly. He has like this speech that is sort of haphazardly given, doesn't have a whole lot of words. Then you hear the music. Ready?
Sword.
I'm sorry.
That's a little
to be fair, this is just a normal day of me going out for a walk along the fields. You normally see hedge knights everywhere.
Yeah.
Just burying people and praying.
He lives in London. And basically the entire series starts off with him like showing the lowest of the low people in Game of Thrones, the working class people.
Yeah. They had me at his shitting.
Yeah, he literally like he has this epic speech. You hear the Game of Thrones music, and then he's having diarrhea out in the field. Like that. That's literally how it starts. Look, right here you go.
He's looking up at the birds here, right? And then it happens.
Sorry, guys. Guys, is this not how you guys go?
Here's the music. Ready?
To the bathroom in the US.
Ready? Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something. I was pumped when I started hearing the music come in. I was like, yes, okay, all right. Yeah. Unlike the Mandalorian, who refuses to use any Star Wars music, this is the right play.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
As I'm pumped, he starts going to the bathroom. And
he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh. So the thing about this is the tone you want to set. This is an epic story about regular working people. That's what it tells me right away at the start of the episode. And we're not going to go through the whole story, but basically he meets a kid. The kid's name is Egg, blah, blah, blah. And if you haven't watched it yet, I don't want to kill it for you. It's you need to go watch it on your own because it's a very, very good series. And what we want to talk about today is why this series is so much better than the slop we're getting from, other streaming series like Paramount and Peacock, etc. Because literally, this is so far beyond Starfleet Academy or most of the stuff I'm seeing right now that it begs the question, why is this so much better than everything else right now? because it's using the same format, still has a lower amount of episodes, still released in the same way. Has this? It's the typical 2026 way of making a TV show.
Do you know what?
But the writing is 400 times better.
Yeah. Do you know what I would say? And we've talked about this many a times, and I think within the first 5 to 10 minutes of this show, you're invested in the character because it's well written. Now, when you say about the example of Academy, they're not well-written characters. We've said so many times they're one-dimensional characters. You don't care. You're not invested in what they're doing. Straight away, you're invested about, okay, what's going on here? He's just buried somebody. Like you said, you got the Game of Thrones music. You got him shitting in the first few minutes. You're curious about this character and where it's going to go. So that's what they do really well. It's characterization. But I was going to ask you, Shane, as well. You've read the book, haven't you? You've read the book. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this accurately portraying the book?
It is so far.
So is that another reason why it's doing
I'll tell you why they're winning here. The reason they're winning is it's really clear because they have a really great making of documentary, like a couple episodes where they actually show them making the show. And the first thing you learn really quickly is that the people making this show really, really wanted to pay tribute to Game of Thrones. They realize they're making this series that's not exactly, it's their version of Game of Thrones, but they do what Star Trek doesn't do, and they pay homage and they really care about Game of Thrones, and not just what it looks like, and not just some of the funny things from it, not the Easter eggs like you get in Starfleet Academy. You get a bunch of Easter eggs of characters and stuff like, they actually care about the tone and what the show is all about. And so from the time you meet Sir Duncan and you realize, this character rings true to what this story is about. And then they spent a lot of time really making sure that everybody molded together. So what you learn in the making of is that the Peter Claffey, who plays Dunk, and Dexter Solanzel, the 9-year-old egg, amazing little actor, by the way, incredible.
Yeah.
They bonded together before filming even began so that they could have a relationship. And that comes through so much. It sells you because even though the show is really, really good, you don't become firmly invested in the show until episode 3 and 4. Episode 3 and 4, if you're the kind of person who likes old Trek, or you're the kind of person who's about loyalty and honor and character, and those kind of things are important to you in stories, like, you're going to have an orgasm. That's all I got to say. I mean, when I texted Brian at the end of when I finished episode 4 and said, you must watch this show, you have to. It was because it was speaking to me like pretty much no other show has in a long, long, long time. And that's because they stay really true to their characters. The writing, of course, is excellent. George R. Martin, as much as he pisses me off, is a great writer, and they've taken it right off of the pages. So really, really well done. And I think that's the difference. Starfleet Academy, they are more worried about, are we setting an agenda? Are we getting our messaging out there? Not, are we telling the right Star Trek story? This one is, are we telling the right Game of Westeros story? Are we staying true to the original? Yeah. And I think that's the big difference.
Yeah,
that's a really well said.
Thank you, sir.
It is.
Yeah. Also, what someone in the chat said, it's better because it's written by adults. That's the fastest way. That's the fastest way to say what you just said. But yeah.
What's the plan with this? Is this going to be like an extended series? Is this going to be an extended series, or is this going to be is this a mini series, short one done? That
I think they'll take it through the whole story. What you learn from, if you remember from Game of Thrones, is that Sir Dunk had 4 pages in the Knight encyclopedia. Like when you go back to Knight, so he ends up becoming this incredibly famous Knight of Westeros, and 4 pages was huge. Most knights only had 1. So it's there's a lot of story they can tell with this character. The question is how far do they want to go? And the thing with George is he could always be like, oh yeah, I know I finished it here, but just keep going. So it's potentially possible. Now in this age of streaming, are they going to let it go more than 3 seasons? That's the magic question, because nobody seems to get to go past 3 seasons.
Right. Not
You'd
in
hope
this,
so, wouldn't you?
in this new streaming era. It's got to be like a social phenomenon for it to get more than 3. It's got to be so successful that it's you know, that it's going to have a reboot in 10 years. And you know, most TV shows and movies are not so incredibly successful that they're going to, you know, penetrate the fabric of social thought. And so, and that's what's required now for you to get your, you know, your 4th season.
Well, and you have a bunch of unknown actors here, and they're all really good. Like a lot of the actors that the guy who plays Lionel Baratheon, I really like that character with the horns. I like a lot of the characters that are in this, and they're unknown. So what happens is right now they don't have to pay him shit. Right. But as soon as they figure out that Peter Claffey, who's playing Sir Duncan the Tall, is like, oh shit, that guy's a good actor. Oh my God, he's going places. Like, he's going places, that guy. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they figure that out, he's going to want to get paid. And then it's going to screw with the series, because they don't want to pay people on these streaming services.
Yeah,
I agree. That's what happened to Lost in Space. Same thing. Mm-hmm. So Lost in Space, the most current remake on Netflix, was actually extremely successful, and it got its first season, and then because of the success, they greenlit it for 2 more seasons. And Netflix did that because they didn't want to have to renegotiate for a 3rd season. So when they negotiated for after season 1 for season 2 and 3, it was for 2 seasons. They negotiated. They had to obviously give these actors and writers and creatives more money because it was hyper successful. And then guess what? 4th season wasn't even on the table because Netflix had already spent as much as they were willing to spend on this, and they knew that the creators would come back and ask for more money. And here's the problem with streaming: there is no more money. It's not ad supported for the most part, the way terrestrial network television was, which means that just because something is insanely popular doesn't mean it's going to make the network more money, because it's not. It's reached its max subscriptions, and what makes them money is subscriptions. So guess what? 3 seasons is enough to wring as many subscribers as you can out of something. After 3 seasons, you're not going to do it, unless it's something like Stranger Things or some other shows where you're going to get some subscriptions because people are talking about it nonstop, and then you can wring some more subs out of a show, and you can do it for a long time because people will come back for years to finish 5 seasons of something. But
yeah, they're more interested
there's no money
than continued content. If think about it, like if you guys are any sports fans at all, it's like the NFL. They have almost only so much money a team can spend each year, right? They have a salary cap basically, and so what happens is they salary cap these shows. And once they've got to the point where, let's say you got a superstar who's done great in his first 3 years, you're like, oh shit, they're going to want a big contract going into their 4th year, but we don't want to pay him, so we're going to cut you. And that's kind of how it ends up working. So they can either bring in cheaper talent or they just finish the series. If there's not enough interest and to keep people resubscribing back to HBO Max, they don't care. I was telling
because it's not ad supported. Like they've already gotten all the subscribers they're going to get out of those first 3 seasons.
It is sort of ad supported.
They have,
it can be.
Now we're seeing more. Yeah.
All of these public companies have fucked themselves. So because they're all public companies, they're required to make more money every quarter.
Right.
So what happens is when they couldn't get any more subscribers and they realized they were going to cap out, they had to make money for their shareholders. So they added advertising tier to the subscription level. Well, what happens when you've added your advertising tiers, you've added 2 extra tiers for different levels to get different types of services? There's nowhere to go. Like, you can't keep increasing your margins anymore. All you can do, guess what? Cheaper talent, more shows, cheaper filming. It's why Netflix is so successful. All their reality TV shows is what makes Netflix so successful. I mean, how many episodes of, I dated 10 people out, at some ranch in the middle of the desert. I mean, what it cost them, like $50,000 to shoot the whole fucking thing?
It's really funny when they go like, oh, look at this this reality show where the prize is $1 million. You're like, and?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. So you spend about $1.5 million to fly a bunch of sort of attractive nobodies out to the middle of nowhere, and whoever wins gets $1 million. So let's say your overall overhead here is about $3 million. That's one episode.
Well, dude,
of regular
Netflix,
TV. You understand that? It's one episode of seven Kingdoms.
Bro, they don't even pay him that though. They pay him like $100,000. That's the fucking funny thing about it. Like their max thing is like $100,000 if you're going to win on a Netflix show. I mean, Mr. Beast is giving away $5 million on Amazon.
More than that. So it's $5 million is the main prize. But
right.
Before you get to the end, he's already given away 10.
Right, it's crazy,
dude. Mr. Beast mogs everyone else.
Oh, yeah,
it's crazy. He had Jeff Probst on Beast Wars as like a Survivor team up for an episode, and I gotta be honest, Jeff Probst. I'm looking at him. He actually looked a little bit annoyed that he's talking
so good, right?
to this YouTuber, and this YouTuber has already given away like $6 million. Randomly, and the final prize is $5 million, and it might be 10. Well, we'll see. And Jeff Probst is like, well, we give away considerably less money. Yeah. they have to endure a lot more hardship, and they get. He actually said that they give away considerably less money, and I was laughing. I'm like, he's right, because Survivor used to be the tippy top, the pinnacle, and now it's like down here with the rest of the slop. And Beast Wars is just schooling every single reality show because they're making a ton of money while giving away a ton of money.
Right. But the difference is like Amazon can, they have plenty of money, but they can only do this so often. You're only going to find, they've got Starbucks as their advertiser. They've got Target, I think T-Mobile. They're paying for this show, right? And the problem is he's only going to be able to do this once a year maybe, and he'll probably be able to do it for a while. Whereas at the same time, Netflix is going to do 15 of these reality shows,
right?
Which gets people into the seats, which makes people want to watch because we're goofy little humans, and that's how they win, bro.
I was looking at the Nielsen charts though, and Beast Games is high.
Oh, it should be. It's the best game show out there.
Beast Games right now is getting is really doing well. Like Amazon is cleaning up on Beast Games.
Yeah,
and I don't know how much they're actually spending. It just seems like an insane amount of money. It just does. But they're also getting subscriptions. Like, I think people that watch this and aren't Prime subscribers, when they get Prime, they're going to be subscribers for life. Here's the thing about Amazon Prime. You can cancel Netflix and it won't change your daily life. But once you get embedded in the Amazon ecosystem, and maybe you're brought there because you want to watch Beast Games, right? It's very difficult to leave the Prime lifestyle.
Right. And different
once you get it's so much better than other subscribers because other streamers you can cancel and not feel it, but you feel it with Prime.
Well, and HBO Max, right? So they have shareholders they have to answer to every quarter. But guess what Amazon has? Amazon has 50,000 services they can cushion themselves against. They don't have to worry about whether their streaming service is making them money,
right?
Because everything else is. So it's not even it's a different game for those guys altogether.
It's such a different game that it's so much above. They're not even playing on the same field.
They're not even playing the same game
as Netflix and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They're and people act like they are like, oh well, Amazon. Stop putting them in the same category. These are not in the same category. There are Amazon fulfillment centers on every major continent, every major country in the world. Right. Like Netflix is not playing the same game.
Right. Well, AWS by itself. AWS is running Amazon right now. The cloud, everything's about the cloud, guys.
That's another thing too. AWS runs Netflix and runs Disney Plus.
They run everything. All the major companies of the world are on AWS.
And we're not glazing for Prime. Look, I'm just saying that let's be realistic.
Look,
Amazon is at the top of the food chain, regardless.
From a streaming perspective, is what we're talking about.
Right.
I will say to our Amazon overlords, you do whatever you want. Just give me a good Stargate series. I don't care if you kill and pillage. I don't care what you do to the world. Just give me a good Stargate series.
Oh,
you're going to get a good Stargate series.
Oh, you're using child labor? That's fine. I just really need a good Stargate series. Okay?
I've set my bar now, my moral bar.
Oh, Jeff Bezos in the Epstein. Jeff Bezos in the Epstein client list. Oh, he did what? He ate a child. I mean, that sucks. Yeah. But what about Stargate?
We've all done bad things. We've all done bad things. Just give him a Stargate.
Well, the cool thing about it is that Stargate is getting their Gene Roddenberry to help make new Stargate.
Right. Big difference.
So they get their Gene Roddenberry and their Rick Berman, basically, because you've got Joe and Brad coming back to help. Yeah. So imagine if it's going to be great.
Let's wrap up Game of Thrones and we can keep talking. Guys, someone asked what if Apple TV got Game of Thrones? It would probably be really well done, but we would never hear about it because they don't advertise anything. and then it would just fall into the ether, into the forgotten history because they advertise nothing. Apple is one of the best streaming services there is with the worst marketing. I don't understand it.
Yeah, because they're playing at streaming. That's the problem. Is like Amazon, Apple's all about their phones. So the streaming thing isn't life or death like it is for Warner Brothers or Disney or Netflix. It's not. It's just they're playing at streaming and they're winning, but they're really doing themselves disservice.
Right. Well, let us know in the chat and the comment section what you guys think of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And real quick, John, I know you binge watched the entire five episodes last night.
Tell us,
What do you think from a fresh perspective?
I really enjoyed it. I had heard of it over the last few weeks. I'd heard people talking about it, and I did kind of bow out with Game of Thrones. I was a little bit. I'd kind of run its course with me, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. You guys had told me about it. And I thought, okay, let's go for it. And you know what? From the first episode to the end of the fifth episode, I was hooked on it. I really enjoyed it all the way through. The acting in it is first rate.
Yeah.
And you didn't need subtitles, John, which is important.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. They do. That was my ditch in it as well. I saw my ditch in it. I got royalties for that.
So they don't pay royalties on streaming, just heads up.
That tree, I had to clean up his mess after he'd done that scene with his ass.
Oh my God. Hey, so someone in the chat did say, I sign up for Prime once a year, cancel, order a few things, catch up on a couple shows, then cancel. I'm glad you're able to do that, but half my groceries are from Amazon. Like I literally have the only way I can afford things is in cleaning supplies is if I have subscribe and save. And that means that basically you put things on subscription and they give you 5, 10, eventually 15% off. 15% off, already the lowest prices, makes that the best game in town. I have 2 teenage daughters and a wife and more expenses than income. I need it.
You're right.
Money. You don't have to go to the grocery, go to the store.
And you're right. When you were saying a few minutes ago about being hooked into the ecosystem with Amazon, that's me, because with the family here, as soon as they went, we're going to start adding ads, or you pay an extra £4 a month and you go ad free. I was like, there's no way I'm having ads. Those days are gone. I don't do ads now.
That's nothing to do. It's only $3 a month to go ad free. You're like, how can I not pay $3 a month? Because if you don't pay $3 a month, you're basically saying I'm trash and my time isn't worth $3 a month. No, really, like they have like 12 ads in one 45-minute thing. You're saying that your time is not worth $3 per month. Like the second my wife explained it to me, she goes, Brian, are you saying that you would rather save $3 a month and sit an extra 7 hours in front of a TV? And I'm like, you know what? You got a really good point. I knew my self-esteem was low, but I'm gonna just pay that $3 a month.
Well, there's some apps in the UK, and the ads for it, they literally, to start the show, you have 5 minutes of ads before you even get to the show.
Oh, it's wild.
And you can't flick through them. You're stuck in them. And at that point, I'm
Paramount and Peacock are like that. It's in, the ad tier is insane.
Painful. So is Disney Plus.
Yeah. So what I'm using is I'm using Keep Streams, and it's totally legal, guys. This is not an advertisement. You know what? You know what? F it. Let's make this a clip real quick because it's worth it. Okay.
He's going gangster
again.
I'm
going gang. I'm going off the deep end. I'm going to explain how you guys can pay, how to get all the lowest tier free stream things and never watch another ad for the rest of your life. I'm going to explain it right now with these easy steps. Are you signed up for a streaming service and you don't want to spend $20 a month? You want
It's
to
not
spend,
an ad, guys. It sounds like it.
You want to spend $7 a month, but you also don't want to watch the annoying 15 to 20 ads per episode. I can tell you how to fix that legally without piracy.
Tell us how, Brian.
Do this.
Yeah.
Go to keepstreams.com. My friend Rec Films turned me on to this. Hook up all your free and cheap streaming services into this one app. It's called Keep Streams. It's $60. One time you spend $60. Actually, I think it's $60 a year. But there's a lot of promotions to get it cheaper, whatever it is. Now, every streaming service you have, right? You can plug it in. Put your shows on subscription. It will download them. And you know what it does? It skips all the ads. It just downloads them into your computer.
Can I ask
and
a
it
question?
downloads them without advertisements, bro. None. So I watch every Disney Plus show, Paramount, Peacock, and I don't watch any ads. I just plug them into my Plex. Thank you, Rec Thoughts, for that.
Can I ask you and Rec Thoughts? Did you come up with this idea? Did you contact him by phone and go, look, Rec, I'm in a freezer right now. I think I'm going to die. All I want to do before my death is just to watch a show, but there's so many adverts. Is there any way you can hook me up?
No, for real, those guys.
An idea.
For real, though, I'm telling you right now, this is the way to go. Use Jellyfin or Plex, and you can download all your shows. It's totally legal. In every way, it's legal.
Listen.
And there's no ads.
We're gonna get stuck. This is great advertisement. Thank you, and you're welcome. Keep Streams for not paying us shit, but thank you, Brian.
we did get a free year.
Once you get to this thing you're saying, I'm lost. So for the people who don't understand what you're saying, take us the rest of the way home, bro. How do you watch it on your TV?
So you can download all your stuff into a computer, a folder on your computer, right? And you're like, but how do I get that to my TV?
Yes.
Very simple. Go to plex.tv or jellyfin.com. Either of those services. Jellyfin's actually way easier, but I prefer Plex. You download them, and it runs a program on your computer. It asks, where is the folder where all your movies and TV shows are stored? You point out that folder, and you know what it does? It creates this masterpiece. It's your own personal Netflix. It adds art. It adds it's continue watching, recently added. It's basically Netflix, but for your content. And then it goes, would you like to play this outside your computer? And you know what you do? You type yes.
Okay.
You say, yes, I want to do that outside my computer. And then you can download Plex on your Roku, your smart TV, your phone, your tablet, your Apple, whatever.
So you can download Plex on your smart TV.
Right. Log in with the same login that you put on your computer. And guess what? It shows up.
Okay. Now I
and then you can play it from anywhere in the world.
You know what? I'm going to do this. And if you want to see what I'm going to be like when I do this, because I'm going to think I'm living life on the edge. It'll be like a clip from Scarface with Al Pacino where he's laughing on the phone and he's making all the deals. Because I've got this. I've broken through. I've got no more adverts. Right. That's all I care about. That and a new Stargate series.
Wait.
Two things I care about.
But there's more. There's more.
Tell us, what is it,
Thank
Brian?
you, Rec Thoughts. You can also share your libraries with other people. Oh, you don't. Hey, guys. You don't have the Underworld series? I complained about not having the Underworld series. You know what Rec Thoughts did? He shared his library with me.
Whoa.
And then I got...
Legend.
I got Rex. Right here. Here's Rex. I got all his movies. Right here. See? All of them. I got to watch all the movies that he downloaded. All the TV shows that he made. His own off-road stuff and
awesome.
So then I went ahead and I shared with him my libraries. And now we're sharing together. And it's not gay. It's not.
It's not Star Trek, Starfleet Academy.
It looks a little gay, but it's not. It's more like
it looks gay, but it's not.
It's more like a combination of efforts.
Yeah,
Combination of efforts like this.
You don't want Academy going in there because it's like a virus. It just infect everything else. So it's just good. Keep it out.
Maybe we should have a BRANE Show like sharing thing going on here with everybody.
You know what we could do?
Yeah.
We can all do this. We'll go on Discord. We'll drop all of our links. And we'll have a massive network of totally legal, completely legal content on the internet.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'm convinced, brother.
It's the future.
I need to click library not recommended. Where's that? You have a library not recommended on here? I don't know if I can click that on screen, so I'm not going to.
Don't show your children this folder.
Yeah, whatever it is, guys, I'm telling you, look, I want to help everyone. I'm not saying don't sign up for the services. Do it. But sign up for the cheapest service. The cheapest ad rate, right? The lowest one there is. And just download what you want. And you can subscribe to it. I like this. I wanted to download every Wednesday at 10 p.m. the new episode. And it just drops it into your Plex. That's it. Now, every Wednesday at the same time it shows up, maybe a few minutes later, it's got to download it and load it. But really close to the same time, you come home from work and boom, there's a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, right, ready for you.
This is going to be our biggest clip ever, dude. We tell everybody how to get free television. That's going to be like,
oh, it's not free. You still gotta sign up for the lowest ad tier supported streaming services, and you gotta
how to get almost free.
And you gotta pay for Keep Streams, and and there's cheaper options, but Keep Streams is the best. You do have to do that stuff, but ultimately you're saving about 75% of what you would normally pay for the same ad rate. And you know what? You're giving it to them. Those greedy corporate douchebags.
Even better.
You're telling them, not only am I not going to watch your stupid ads, I'm not going to pay for them, and I'm going to keep the content that I paid for rightfully.
Yeah, because of broken promises, bitches. You said once we subscribed, we wouldn't have to watch ads. You lied to us.
You lied to us, you bastards.
Evil scum.
And guys, it's so simple. If you want it really, really simple, use Jellyfin. If you want more options, use Plex. Either way, those two things will get your library onto the web and allow you to legally watch it from anywhere in the world.
Nice.
Good job, guys. Love you guys. That's it. That's my clip. Keep Streams. I want another free year. Okay? One more free year if you see this.
I'll call them and tell them.
Yeah, we got a free year last year, so.
Nice. So it is an advertisement in a way.
I mean, I'm just saying it's good.
But it's still good.
Yeah, it's good. All right, we got a super chat from the legendary Chad himself, super producer El Guapo, Kenneth LaRoque for $50. It's funny because Matt McGee goes, "Hey Kenneth, great to see you. There's a grab bag up for grabs for the highest super chatter on the stream." The next chat was $50. Kenneth LaRoque's like, "Let me just pull my penis out and drop it on the table real quick."
You know, Kenneth would have never let you suffer in that freezer, bro. He would have saved you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Thank you, Ken. We appreciate it.
Well,
So much, brother. You're never late, bro. We don't start till you get here.
Yeah, we just started, bro.
He might have let Brian die in the freezer, but what he would have done is just slid a super chat underneath the door.
To pay for the funeral.
He slides the super chat. It just says, "Good luck, buddy." It's a $10 bill and it says, "Good luck"
on it. Buried a pauper, my friend.
All right. We have a poll going on. Have you hit the thumbs up button yet? Please hit that button so I can close that poll. Come on, guys. Come on. All right. Let's go to the next topic here.
One person said no. Hopefully after you said no, you hit the button. Funny.
Have you hit the hate button?
All right, guys. Let me load this up. We're going to talk about the alien in the room. You guys hear about this?
Is it me?
Yeah, it's Jaden.
Okay, so here we go. President Trump recently has directed the Department of Defense and other federal agencies to identify and release files regarding UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UFOs, and potential extraterrestrial life after President Obama let it slip on a podcast that, yes, aliens exist, no, he hasn't seen them, and they're probably not Area 51. And then Trump, in the next day, during a press conference, said President Obama should not have said that. Pretty sure that was classified, which more confirms that there's aliens.
Wow.
And then the following day, after that blows up, and Reddit is losing their minds, and all the UFO discords and communities are freaking out and packing their go bags. That's when Trump comes out and says, here we go. Yes, I'm going to be directing the Pentagon to release any files on UFO and alien extraterrestrial life. This is last Thursday. And in a follow-up Truth Social post, the president told Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Mr. Deus Vult himself, and other agency heads to begin the process of identifying and releasing any relevant files. By the way, CBS calls President Trump Mr. Trump, but he is a president, guys. President Trump also called for the release of any and all other information connected to these high complex but extremely interesting and important matters. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I do have to ask the question, Shane. What the...
Well, bro, if both sides that hate each other's guts, that want each other to lose, if they're both saying the same thing, then that's when you know it's true. So listen, we're not idiots. There's fucking something going on out there. There's too many people seeing too many things and too much weird shit going on. There's something out there. And when you've got the most powerful people in the world all saying that, yeah, there's aliens, we're gonna send out the information to you, you should probably take their word for it. Now, some people would say, well, what's Trump trying to is he maybe trying to change the news cycle? Has he got some information he doesn't want people to see or think or talk about it? Not really right now. All the pressure's on the left right now. He already got, sacked at the judicial system, pretty much canked his
SCOTUS,
his tariffs. So, he really doesn't have any reason to change the news cycle. He should probably keep it on that anyway. So honestly, this seems pretty genuine. And I think what it means is we've probably found craft. We have, I think it's been said so many times by so many different people that we have found craft, whether it's been crashed or dug up and I think we've been doing it for a whole long time. And I think it's being held by companies like it's not being held by the government anymore. It's being held by like Bigelow Industries and some of these other Raytheon. I think those are the companies that have all of the technology. And I think that's why we don't know anything about it. So hopefully something will happen. Nothing ever happens. They keep disclosing, but then they don't actually feel like anybody discloses anything. So hopefully something will change.
Well, in 2023, the Department of Defense, and someone said, how many people had alien disclosure on their BRANE card? Like I didn't, but if there's an administration that's going to share about aliens, it's probably this one. And
the truth serum president.
Yeah. So there's a whole document, and I'll share this. This is on defense.gov. There's a document that they actually show the different UAP reports and how many cases and how many cases, analysis, like real stats that was presented to the floor of the Senate at some point.
We just want video evidence.
Well, so on that though, there is some video evidence. Here we go. This was shared also recently.
Oh, yeah, I saw.
Yeah, a couple years ago, but recent to us. And yeah, basically it's like a missile blowing up. Like I can't play it so loud. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. Like a missile blowing up like an orb or something.
That's a good idea.
Right.
Blow them up.
Yeah, let's fire at the
let's
fire at the glowing orbs that have more technology than we have. Yeah. Whoever's in charge of the alien defense strategy needs to stop.
Yeah. Have they not watched Independence Day?
Yeah.
You upload a virus, you jackasses. Come on.
yeah.
Have you not seen the movies?
Look, do not send a helicopter up right in front of it with no defense, with lights on it calling it the welcome wagon. Get that out of there.
Right. Don't forget, you guys can watch this. If this is on Paramount Plus, it's 60 minutes. Navy pilots describing their time with UFOs.
Don't trust this guy. Don't trust this guy at all.
I've heard
in
that
the system.
It is weird. Like he came from inside the system, and now he's coming out talking about it. I mean, all the things he says sound right.
Threat identification program.
Yeah.
The stuff that freaks
I'm
me
sure
out,
he is a plant.
The ones that freak me out are the Stephen Greer ones, where they talk about how like they're calling the UFOs to them. Right, that's the stuff that freaks me out.
No control surfaces,
I
and yet
always
still
have a
can
red
defy the
flag
natural
with
effects of Earth's
Stephen
gravity.
Greer.
That's precisely.
And people that they say, "Oh yeah, we're in communication with them, but you've got to come to our convention, and it'll cost you $1,000 to actually commune with them." I have a major concern and a red flag when someone's grifting money for me to be able to talk to an alien. If they're that advanced, they can just talk to me anyway. I got to change money.
I do. It is a thing though. Like it's a thing where there's a lot of people. I can't remember what it's called, like the fifth something or other, and these people they focus on it and they actually call the alien crafts to them, and then they come. There's a whole guys. If you really want to go,
there's that girl, isn't there? A beautiful girl. I forget her name, but she's one, and they turn up wherever she is. Pretty much.
It's weird. I mean, it talks about maybe that explains why some people get abducted. There's a whole if you go deep into this goes from not just physical UFOs, but it also goes into the spiritual world when you start talking about these orbs showing up and changing shapes. It's very intriguing. If we learn I would love to learn this before I die. Like this would be like if you could learn one of the mysteries of the universe, right? I think this would be at the top of the list for me. What do you guys think?
I think 100% I'm with you. I would like to know before I move on, but it's actually a point now, I think, where it's escalating so much. I actually think that it's the UFOs that are basically saying to the leaders of the world, look, we're not following your timetable. We're going to disclose ourselves whether you make something official or not. That clock is ticking now. I am still skeptical about all of the documents that are being released, because we've had it before where they'll all get released and they're literally all black, redacted with just "the" written on it. You know, that's what we've had in the past, but it's certainly escalating now. I think the thing for me being interested in UFOs for such a long time, you know, going back 30 years now, I'm actually at a time where when I see people putting footage up, it's very hard for me now to believe whether it's genuine or not, because of drone technology that we've now got in the world.
It's making it harder.
AI, it's very difficult to verify, you know, but then we were saying it 20 years ago, people were taking photos on their phone, or people would go, "Oh, I saw this," and yet it would always be a blurry image. I think that the ones are the military ones, which are really credible, that we've talked about before, haven't we?
And we're being told that there's so much video and photo evidence that nobody's ever seen that are still secret, and the government has not released that would actually. And I think who's that? Luna, what's her name? Representative
Laura Luna,
super hot.
Yeah, really hot one. Yeah, she even said that she's seen stuff, and a lot of people have seen stuff that they can't share, but that is much more convincing than anything the public has seen. And you know, I think if they share that information and let us see all of that, that would be great. But I mean, what do you guys think? Isn't it weird that the government basically says there's UFOs, and that through all these years they must really not know a whole lot, right? Because it would seem like the information would get out, right? I feel like the government doesn't really know as much as we believe the government knows about UFOs.
Shadow government,
know
all about it.
Right. You know, and so how much technology have we gotten from this? It's been happening since, the 1930s, I believe, 1930s, 1940s, and
reverse engineering.
And all the stories that that people tell. They can't all be lies, right? Thousands of people can't all be lying about the same thing. Maybe they can't. But
let me put this to you, Shane and Brian. There's an announcement. Alien race is basically coming to say we exist. We come in peace, as an example. All the leaders of the world start flapping, and they're out to do their press statements. It then comes to light via this alien species that there has been a secret cabal for decades that have been reverse engineering UFO technology. Would that not be the biggest scandal in human history? The fact that they have been funneling funds and reverse engineering UFO technology and keeping it from the American people? Would that be up there as one of the biggest scandals ever?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I look at it from this point of view. If the government was doing this secretly, I get why we were doing it secretly, especially if we were trying to beat the Russians or beat whoever else was trying to reverse engineer stuff. You can't really let the public know what everything because then everybody knows. Now your enemy knows. So there is an element to that. But once the cat's out of the bag, now it's time to start sharing information. At least make us aware. Yes, they exist. Yes, we may or may not be working on secret technology, blah, blah, blah. But the world knows. I mean, you can only keep the cover over our eyes for so long. There's just too much information, too many people seeing too many things coming out, and too many credible people. Like some of the people, like I've told you guys before, I know Dave Fravor. When I was in the military, I served with him. I was there I didn't know what was going on, but I was in the water when all that shit was happening off
San Diego incident.
And I believe that dude tells the truth. There's no reason for him to lie about it. So, I mean, there's some credible information here. The question is are they from another planet? Or have they been on Earth for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years? Are they future humans? There's a lot we don't know.
Can I add a layer to that, Shane?
Please.
So this chat from Rec, he says, people argue about demons versus aliens in a bipolar way are the reasons why they decided we were not ready. What we learned in the 30s is hard for everyday people to understand. Well, you're asking, are they aliens? Are they dimensional? Someone said, are they demons or angels? To add another layer to this, the Bible predicts the time we live in now in a way that is very, very scary. So if you want to talk about even more so, how does this work? Well, like in 1 Timothy, it says, you can be certain in the last days there will be very hard times. People will love only themselves and money. They will be proud, stuck up, rude, disobedient to their parents. They would be ungrateful, godless. Sound familiar? Heartless and hateful. Their words will be cruel. They will have no self-control or pity. These people will hate everything. And they will also be able to see everything and not know if it's real. Bro.
Signs and wonders. Yeah.
Bro. And then in another part in Matthew, it talks about the end times. Those same people will believe things that are unreal and not believe things that are real. And they will even elect people based on that. So we're seeing, whether you're a Christian or not, right? A book that pretty much and maybe it's an easy prediction, maybe because people get worse and worse, but it's predicting pretty close to what's happening now, right? Well, how did that happen? And then in that same book, in Revelations, they talk about really sort of alien phenomena where it's like things coming down from the sky, bro, beams of light. Like you can interpret what that dude saw in his vision. Legitimately, you can interpret it as aliens. Like he's seeing it from the mind of someone in the thousands of years ago, but he doesn't know what a spacecraft or a helicopter or lasers look like. So what if he's seeing this and he's going, oh, this is a light coming. But really, if you translate it from our perspective, that looks like a mothership, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of layers here. And so I'm Christian, but people aren't Christian. You're not going to believe all that, but what you do have to go is you have to say, something is up. Because there's too many coincidental things happening at the same time.
Yeah. I'm reading a book at the moment on a former scientist that has written a book about the prophecies in the Bible, and he was not a believer, and in the end, after doing all of his research, he became a believer in God, because he said the high percentage level of the prophecies in the Bible that have come to pass, he's 100% a believer now. He said statistically he doesn't know how it's got that high percentage hit. So going to the alien route, as you're talking about, is this something that, playing again, I'm not going to say devil's advocate, but centuries ago this was told to people, this is what would come to pass as a disclosure. It's a fascinating thing.
Didn't Einstein? Even Einstein said, "The more I study science, the more I believe in God." So, and that there's been a lot of very, very smart people that the smarter they got and the more they knew, the more they started leaning towards a divine, creator or a divine design, right? Regardless of whatever religion, like they go, well, you know what? This actually doesn't make sense unless there was some kind of divine designer.
All I want to say, if it turns out that they are us from the far future, and suddenly one,
but then who created them?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the chicken before the egg, bro.
Yeah. But also,
time travel.
So the paradoxes? How did the paradox start, Shane? You're hurting my brain. Okay.
If there is actual time travel, we don't know what the paradox. We don't know. Like we've all science fictioned it to try to figure out what time travel might be like, but it's potentially something we don't understand.
We've gotten too smart, and now we're at the end where our minds cannot perceive things, and so we start inventing myths or inventing ideas so that we can close the gaps and not be frustrated. Just like we do when we watch Star Trek and the writing is so bad that we have to invent headcanon to fill in the gaps. We do that with regular life too. And I'm not saying Christianity is my headcanon. I do believe in it, most of it. But the thing is, every single theory people have is connected to them wanting to know how things work, and there not being any answers. And the smartest people that have studied their entire lives to try to find out how things work have come to the conclusion that it has to be a divine designer.
Yeah.
I get that, but the one thing that you can say for certain is if you go through the material and you start watching documentaries and you start watching YouTube videos and you start reading stories and you hear about all the thousands of stories that people have told about UFOs and what they've seen, it becomes almost impossible not to believe that something's going on. There's just too much information. There's too many stories. I mean, when you think about the incident that took place in South America, and you talk about where that alien, basically they caught it on the ground and it like nuked people. People died from touching it. There's all these stories and all these different things. You don't know exactly what to believe, but
bro, the Ark of the Covenant, people were literally dying of what looked a lot like radiation poisoning.
It's true.
I mean, you guys go read it in the Bible. The Ark of the Covenant was this thing that contained a godly, divine presence, right? Or some kind of...
Think Indiana Jones.
It was Indiana Jones, yeah. Well, that was a real thing, apparently, according to the Bible and history. But more importantly, people that got too close to it or touched it, or people that weren't protected, I don't know how they're protected, suffered from the same exact symptoms that current people in modern day suffer from when it's radiation. So that means that this thing was nuclear and killing people around it. I mean, come on, guys.
Another example is you read the Bible where it talks about Sodom and Gomorrah, and it talks about the fact that that is a nuclear strike.
Dude, it's a nuke. They literally nuked Sodom and Gomorrah. They nuked them because they were so depraved, and then they're like, "Oh, it's turning to salt." No, that's ash. From their perspective, they're seeing white falling from the sky. It's ash. That was nuclear fallout, dude. It was nuclear fallout. And remember, the Bible is written from the perspective of people that don't know what things are in the future, right? So they were experiencing future tech and then writing it down from a past experience. I mean, that's possible.
Well, again, the angel, I'm remembering it. The angel basically says, "Do not turn round, keep walking."
Lot's wife.
Yeah, Lot's wife. Exactly.
No, that bitch just didn't run fast enough, guys.
No, but it's like that sound like the shockwave hit her.
Okay.
No, seriously, it looks like she was waiting behind. The shockwaves hit there, and she literally is nuked. So
yeah, nuked.
Yeah, Matt McGee says Bible says in God's house there are many realms. Yeah, so they could be from other dimensions. Also, the Israelites were given a specific instructions on how to handle and transport the ark, as well as what to wear. Sounds like you're saying handle and wear this so that you don't die from radiation. And the dummies that weren't given instructions from God died from radiation poisoning. They were transporting a nuke. Okay?
Yeah, because one that didn't follow the correct protocol dies. It says God struck them down. They just die instantly.
Right, from radiation poisoning.
Yeah. It's. I will say just quickly, guys. If it was the fact that they were us from the far future, wouldn't it be weird if suddenly you get a knock on the door one day and they've announced that they exist, and it's like a future version that's a clone of you, and I go, "Hi there, how you doing?" And it's just like a clone version with black eyes of me with a cap on, going, "Yeah, not too bad, thousands of years ahead."
Still shopping at mixtees.com.
Still doing YouTube. Yeah. Me, future Shane and Brian, we're doing fine.
You're gonna love Stargate season 47. Okay. You're going to love it. It's really good. In fact, Brian gets to go on the show finally because Joseph Malazzi did tell him he could be an extra. He just didn't say when, and it took 27 seasons, but he finally got on the show. By the way, I'm going on the new Stargate. Joseph signed a contract on Twitter. He said deal. So listen.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I'm going to get there. From my perspective, I saw someone say, yes, you can be an extra on the show.
I'm not negotiating with Joseph Malossi or the production team. It's under 2 hours from my home. I am breaking into that new production facility.
Listen, if I'm going to be an extra there, I might have to see you there.
Yeah. It's happening.
Anyways, we can talk about this topic all day long. We got to move on. A lot of interesting stuff. Again, 2 presidents have basically confirmed, and then they started a task force to essentially release information. So I think the UFOologists out there, all the alien people, are going to be eating real good this year. So enjoy that. But like Shane said, I do believe that there's so many questions. And I think the least probable answer, from my perspective, is aliens from another planet. Because yes, statistically speaking, aliens have to exist. Life has to exist on other planets. It's mathematically impossible for that not to be the case. But equally as mathematically improbable for those people to have broken through the barrier and then also be able to find us a needle in multiple haystacks of needles. So I believe that that's the most improbable answer, and that Shane's probably right, and it's either the ocean or an extra dimensional thing.
I'll tell you what the most reasonable answer is. If you take all the evidence that we have, the thing that makes the most sense is that it's an alternate reality, because they are constantly disappearing from our reality. We can't catch evidence. We don't seem to be able to locate them. I think they're probably in our same space, and somehow the 2 realities are close enough to each other that the things we do are probably affecting them.
Oh, bro, going back to the Bible, we're going the shroud of between reality and at one point it was torn, right? And remember that the shroud between our 2 realms is thin according to the Bible, and it can be torn. I mean, dude, this is all predicted. We've actually seen this in the past. We've seen versions of this exact conversation, but from the perspective of shepherds.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think we're going to get more information now. Whether or not the government's pulling the wool over eyes more, it's possible. I never understood why we don't just rush Raytheon and Bigelow and all these different. They're the ones who got the shit. If there's, it's not at Area 51, guys. It's sitting in these big facilities.
I would say, guys, as well, I still think that, if there was a global confirmation that, UFOs exist and they came out and the aliens said basically, we are friends of civilization, I still don't think it would change the world with regards to countries and leaders. I still think you'd have the same petty squabbling. That
I think aliens would have to be enemies. Like if you want to unite the world,
yeah.
The only way you unite the world is to give the entire world a common enemy. That can only be from an outside presence, or extra dimensional. Because like you said, alternate reality. I'm thinking a race that lives on the same planet but in a slightly shifted dimension. And maybe their technology is just ahead of ours, and so they're able to interact with us. And maybe they left something behind, and we've been reverse engineering that from Roswell days. Like there's probably so much. It's probably so much simpler than we are imagining it. And it's,
please just give me Asgard. Please just give me Asgard.
You know what I want? I want it to be reptilians, Solarians. Please give me Solarians.
I'm too afraid of reptiles. I can't let that happen.
I want it to be they owned the planet thousands of years before us monkey species took over, and now they're waking up from their 1,000 years of cryo sleep, and they keep and they're finding us out here, and they're probably gonna take over anytime. If they might have already taken over, they might be already. They're in the White House, right? They're wearing human suits.
If that happens, then Doctor Who is real. Okay.
If that happens,
there's a TARDIS.
If that happens, then they wrote Doctor Who, and they wanted the reptilians to look like the good guys.
You guys are forgetting about the tall whites. I'm just saying,
guys, it's a psyop. True. You don't think you know what they called TV back in the day? Programming. You want to know why? You want to know why TV was called programming? Because it wasn't because they were programming TV shows. They were programming the people watching it.
But I already know.
That's why it was called that.
Yeah.
No, it was called programming because they had to set it up hours and days in advance.
And it was programming your brain.
Oh,
bro, Hollywood was literally invented as a propaganda arm for World War II, right?
Well, it wasn't created for that, but it was used for that. Yeah.
I already know what my first question would be, though, to an alien creature that I got to talk to. I'd be going, I got to ask, what's up with that probing shit? What are you doing? What's going on, man?
Hey guys, can we stop with the probing? It's weird. Okay, we all think it's weird.
That's not how we say hello on this.
And when one guy's like, no, that's just Gary. He has a weird fetish. That's one guy. The rest of us, don't judge us for Gary's weird fetish. All right, we're gonna finish this topic. All right, this lasted like 30 minutes somehow. I'm not even sure how.
You can talk for hours on UFOs.
Yeah, you could. You can have an entire channel just dedicated to this.
Yeah,
you could have a whole channel on it.
Wild stuff. Okay, moving on. Sorry, Mike. Chest, hold up. Okay, let's talk about Mortal Kombat. Wait, let me load it up real quick. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the rated R version.
Is it Mortal Kombat 2?
Yeah, because there was a
the Van Damme
Mortal Kombat.
I got to tell you, it had me at Carl Urban, bro.
Yeah, so there was a Mortal Kombat 1, if you recall, the Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. It was like their origin story.
Yeah.
Actually, a pretty cool movie. I think the reason it probably didn't do super well is because the time it came out was during the COVID stuff. And I think that it was a prequel and, it didn't have all the same Mortal Kombat vibes. But pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it. And I like seeing the origins of these two most popular characters. But this Mortal Kombat 2 is starring Carl Urban, and he's playing Johnny Cage. Which has always been the character I least liked in Mortal Kombat, but apparently everyone else loved him. And
he was the main character.
Yeah. he was my least liked character. But this is the trailer. We're gonna watch it, and remember, because we're playing this video will not be monetized. No ad revenue. It'll probably even be hidden into the sands of YouTube time. So if you're watching this now and later, please hit the like button, leave a comment for the algorithm, and tell us what you guys think about the movie. Here we go. Here's the trailer.
Uno mas, thanks.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that. Shit went out in the 90s.
By the way, he was in like 3 reboot movies. Carl Urban.
Oh,
since remember he was in was it Judge Dredd and Star Trek? Like he's been in a couple reboots, so
I love Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight. Tell me you're not some crazy fans. How are you doing that?
Are you coming or what?
Okay, I have to stop real quick. I want you to know, as a Mortal Kombat fan, I am like peak excitement at this moment. No, you guys don't get it. Like, on like literally the hair on the back of my neck is standing up. I have goosebumps when that happens.
Cool, man.
My genital area has blood rushing through all the veins.
You know all this,
and it is filling my pants with glee. When the music starts right here,
rising.
Yeah, the desk is literally being pushed up from beneath me. And when this music happens and you see the temple, I'm telling you, it is like going back to when I was 15 playing Scorpion at an arcade in a roller rink. I'm not joking.
I mean, it's cool. I can definitely, and I think there's a bunch of people out there. Now, I'm a little too old, I think. By the time I didn't even like these games that much, but it's cool that it speaks to a whole group of generation of people who played it. I mean, if you gave me a real Donkey Kong game, let's go. Or Galaga, let's rock.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you got that with that Adam Sandler movie. Remember?
That was a bullshit
Pixels.
movie,
that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad movie. My kids loved it.
It was not a good movie, that's for sure.
My kids
but if you
liked
had gotten
and I like the creator of Nintendo got to talk to his son Pac-Man before it ate him.
Well, give me Tom Cruise as Jumpman, right?
Come on,
that's Paul Urban for Mortal Kombat is, bro.
All right. Well, I guess that's your opinion, but
I mean, I'm just saying that's what I get it. Like, even I want to watch it because Carl Urban's in it.
All right.
It was peak era for me, Mortal Kombat on my Mega Drive, or they called it Genesis.
Yeah, Sega Genesis.
I had it.
Mega Drive, that's what it was called then?
Mega Drive in the UK, yeah. Street Fighter 2.
Here it was called Sega Genesis. Get in the game.
Yeah. Ours was Mega Drive.
Mega Drive. Mega Drive. That sounds cool, actually. Here we go.
Yeah.
The music sounds so good.
It's called Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
Fuck that.
I want you to say.
That's what I would say.
That's exactly what any reasonable person would say. Oh,
yeah, I turn and run.
Nope. Send me back. Not doing this.
What do they get for this, anyways? What's like the reward?
Their realm is saved, if I remember correctly, right, John?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
whoever wins gets to keep their planet.
So is Johnny Cage like Earth or something? Is that what
I think Johnny Cage? So it's like the greatest warriors from their individual realms.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. So Johnny Cage
correct.
is apparently the greatest warrior from his realm. But I think that's what people. I think the greatest warrior is what everyone thinks the greatest warrior is. So he's actually just an actor. But because so many people watch his movies, then the general consensus of that realm is this is the best warrior. So everyone else is getting actual warriors, and we're getting an actor.
Yeah,
that's actually even more interesting because that's the Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, if the bad guys win the outworld, gets to come to our world. Yes. So if they win and we lose, they get to come to our world. Basically,
Okay, there's serious stakes here. This is good.
Yeah. I don't remember the whole story. I'm gonna have to go back and play the game. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Finish him.
War for the fate of your world. You dickheads in or what? I'm not.
All right. That's my one caveat is if that's Jade, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to look this up because if that is Jade, I'm legitimately going to have an aneurysm.
Is that one of the characters?
Yes, because
I thought that was Egg from Night of the Seven Kingdoms grown up.
Because Jade,
it is Jade. That is Jade.
Okay, so I have a problem with that, and let me
Gabrielle.
Let me tell you why I have a problem with that, Shane.
Okay.
Because in my Mortal Kombat, that's Jade. Yeah. In my Mortal Kombat, literally shaped my sexual preferences for dark-haired, curvy women.
Some of the best pixels I've ever seen in my life.
Frankly speaking, if you just put hair on her, it's kind of looks similar.
Yeah, dude, that's the chick that played Reyna in Agents. Remember? And she had hair then, and she's sort of curvy. She was cute. Like that is not an ugly woman. That's a beautiful woman that they shaved her head. Why would you do that?
Listen, let's not. She has alopecia, bro. Let's.
Oh my God!
Okay,
Stop it, Will Smith.
Oh, sorry, Will Smith. Don't hit me. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, for real though, like this is not an unattractive person, but you went out of your way to make her unattractive for no reason.
Let's look at her again. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Well, we can't see her whole body, so let's just say a bald chick is not very attractive. But had she have hair, maybe it's okay. You know what I mean?
But why? Why? Who made this choice? Carl Urban looks like every other character looks exactly like their counterparts, but this one character, let's just go full retard with this one character.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't look like this the whole movie, bro.
You know what's great? You know what the next thing up after watch the trailer is? Tropic Thunder. I'm not kidding. Like the next thing up is Tropic Thunder. It's almost like when I get to this frame, the algorithm decides that I want to watch someone say never go full retard.
That's funny.
All right.
Some champion. I don't have transformer arms or shoot lightning bolts. This shit's got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
I find you annoying.
Not the face.
Cool.
You guys, super cool. Like that guy's outside the Jade stuff, everything else is so damn cool.
She's grown her hair a bit as a guy.
There's a little bit more hair here now.
Oh, maybe that was a flashback.
Like me. Yeah, hair challenge like me. It's growing. It is growing.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe
that's a week on for me.
So maybe there's a flashback scene of her getting her powers or whatever, and maybe she has. Okay, all right.
There's hope. There's hope. There's hope.
Oh my gosh. What'd you say, Shane?
Who is that other character?
I don't remember. Someone in the chat, tell me. I think I remember. Sonya, I want to say.
Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade, maybe.
It's time.
Oh, this is the guy from
Acolyte.
The first movie.
It's time.
He's Scorpion, I think.
Last Samurai.
No, he's Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, right? That's Sub-Zero, I think. Right, John?
Yes. Yeah, Sub-Zero.
To become the hero you were meant to be. All right, you big ugly fuck.
That's me.
It's showtime.
Yes. Sorry, gotta watch this again. It's so good. That's his like catchphrase, Shane.
Yeah, is that what he said?
Oh, but yeah, you're right. It's not. It's katana. Thank you.
Holy fuck! It's showtime.
Yeah! Get over here! Oh, dude, the fatality, bro.
Only the strong survive.
bro. Finish him! Finish him! He said finish him!
Are you shitting me? You don't have any powers? Just incredibly handsome.
I think
I am so ready for this movie!
I think I'm going to have to download the classic games on my Xbox to be honest.
Oh my god!
I
no idea. Finish him!
I just remember playing this game with some friends and having my friend constantly play that character where it says "Get over here," and I just get janked over
That's Scorpion.
and over again.
Scorpion.
That's all I remember.
It's the most popular character. Get over here.
Yeah, it was just killing me.
Oh, I am so ready for this movie. It's insane.
It looks like great fun. It looks like great fun.
Like, if you ask me, what do you want to watch more, Mortal Kombat or Doomsday? Straight up, I'd rather see this movie.
Whoa.
Doomsday's on my list, but this is, I'm so glad this is coming out first.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, my blood pressure monitor just exploded.
We're losing Brian. It's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Later on, your doctor's saying, "Look, Brian, we've talked to you before about this. No more watching Mortal Kombat trailers. Please. Take it steady."
I like what Christopher said. Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. So I played more Scorpion, but I did like Sub-Zero more. Scorpion was like cool character.
Well,
Plus, his
Sub-Zero
fatalities were the
right?
best.
Sub-Zero had that freezing ball he threw, right?
They were essentially the same character model-wise, but one was blue, one was ice, one was fire. And Scorpion threw a hook that dragged you to him, and then he would uppercut you on the way back. And Sub-Zero would freeze you and then uppercut you. Similar concept, different play style. One's a little more up and one's a little more up in your face. One's a little more defensive, one's a little more offensive. But Scorpion had the ability, too, to leave the screen, essentially, and kick you from behind, which was super rad.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
What I like at the moment is, I think we talked about it when this first came out. All I want is a movie that entertains me, that is not particularly woke, that I can go and enjoy and just have a damn good time and come home.
Yeah.
And this, from what I've seen so far, will do that job for me, and this looks great. Project Hail Mary, I've said about last week or the week before when we talked about it. I'm really looking forward to that as well. So this could be a good year for me. I could be a happy camper.
So different kinds of movie. Project Hail Mary is like, this is going to be interesting and scientific and, proper science fiction. That's scratching an itch. Mortal Kombat is like
full on.
Mortal Kombat is like, full on, just action, blood.
Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat. It's like it's almost the same itch that Fast and Furious does, but I think it's gonna be done better.
Yeah.
And it's apparently after Mortal Kombat came out in 2021, the reason the Johnny Cage character was not introduced is because the guy who wrote it felt like Cage is such a giant personality, it would have thrown the film out of balance. So this was definitely a planned sequel in the future to make Cage a main character.
And you know what? If you had one actor to play Johnny Cage, it would have to be Carl Urban or Nicolas Cage. I'm just saying.
Well, that's the thing though. They're both older actors though. This
right.
is what's kind of interesting is Johnny Cage is a younger character. And Carl Urban almost ages out of this just looking at him. You know, he's in his 40s.
But he's playing an older actor. So he's almost a Tom Cruise type character.
Yeah. I think Nicolas Cage could not have played this role.
I know, but it would have been great to see it.
It amazes me.
Nicolas Cage, yes.
I watched Nicolas Cage in anything, bro. So
it amazes me how Carl Urban has not got more high-profile roles because he's so good.
And he keeps getting franchise jobs, but none of the franchise, all the franchise movies are awesome and we love them, but they never get the hype they need to break through the public shroud.
I adore the Dredd movie.
I do
what
too.
I respect about Carl Urban in it is he wasn't like, other actors where they would have been going, look, you got to show my face. He actually agreed. He went, no, that's fine. I'm Dredd. I'm going to wear the helmet throughout the entire movie. Excellent. I respect him for that. And it was really good. And I wanted a sequel for it, and we just never got it.
And then you got the Star Trek reboot, which he was great in.
He was great.
But those movies didn't work out for a lot of reasons.
He should be a huge movie star, guys.
Yeah, he should be.
He should be one of our biggest movie stars right now.
He should be Johnny Cage. Yeah. He should be that character, like in the real world, where people recognize him everywhere he goes like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing the character. He's playing the actor he should be.
Yeah, it's a travesty that he's not an A-list actor right now.
Imagine a new Star Trek series is produced by a new bunch of producers, and they cast Carl Urban as a new captain of a ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, anyone's in.
You know,
Urban's great in The Boys too.
To me, but
yeah,
I would watch Carl Urban and anything. I'd watch Nicolas Cage and anything. They're. You know what's funny is Star Trek 2009 has like 4 actors that would watch in anything. Chris Pine, Carl Urban, the guy who plays Scotty. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg, yeah. And the chick that plays Gamora. I'm forgetting her name too. I've watched every movie they've ever made, and it's not even that I'm a huge fan of every actor, but they always pick the movies that are interesting to me.
Yeah,
and Simon Pegg is
Zachary Quito. He hasn't been in enough, but he's a great actor as well.
Yeah, I don't like all of his stuff.
He hasn't done a lot of good stuff. He hasn't made bad choices, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Back to Heroes, he was fantastic in Heroes.
He always plays like not always, but often plays like a serial killer kind of role. You know, like, is that the bad guy? And you're like, I think he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you guys think about Mortal Kombat. Are you excited as I am? Or are you like Shane, where you're like, nah, give me a Gattaca movie or whatever. What was it, Galaga?
Give me what?
What movie? Is it Gattaca? Galaga?
Galaga. Yeah. You don't even know the fucking names of the games.
I forgot the name. That's the one with the ship that shoots the little things up,
like
right?
Galaga was the best video game.
All right, whatever. Let us know in the chat.
Great game. Give me some Chucky Egg. That's a great game from the 80s as well. Yeah. And Gattaca was the 98 Uma Thurman movie, wasn't it?
That's right.
That's right. I was like, I thought that's what he was saying, Gattaca. I'm like, I didn't say that movie.
That's right. Okay, guys, just so you know, we are going to be going to the members section here pretty soon. I'm going to start that timer right now.
Gattaca.
I'm going to set it for
Attica.
Yeah, as the old Yorkshire geek says, Jet Set Willy. That was another great 80s game as well. Just takes me back to early days with my BBC Master System, playing on that in the 80s. Great stuff.
Do you remember trying to play Dungeon Master? There was the first like cartoon game where it played out a scene and you had to like choose which direction to go. That was the hardest fucking game.
Looked great,
but it cost like 50 cents to play it, which already sucked, and then you die right away.
I just got with my Amiga. I spent a happy time playing Dragon's Lair, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge. That was a great game, and Golden Axe. I hammered again and again.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Give me a Golden Axe movie. Give me a Golden Axe movie
every day, please. Into my veins.
Yeah.
Why is there no good? Why is there no Golden Axe, dude?
So good. Just, you know, and keep the female in it realistic to how she is in the game.
The ridiculous bombshell body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there was another one, just like Golden Axe. It was called Shane. We've had this conversation before. I'm forgetting what it was called. Gauntlet
was fun. A 4-player game.
Yeah, Golden Axe and Gauntlet were very similar. One was a side scroller, and one was like a
Barbarian was
a third
game.
Top down. It was top down.
Yeah.
So basically the same game, but from a different perspective.
Elf was about to die.
Barbarian.
Elf was about to die. Yeah, that's right.
Barbarian was a great game as well, where you had you basically like, it was one of the first hackers in the 80s, like a Street Fighter type game, but you killed them and then you actually cut their head off at the end of it. That was in the 80s, and that was great. So give us a Barbarian game as well. That would be great.
Yeah, there was a lot of good games. You remember, I think it was called Altered Beast.
Oh, yeah.
Altered Beast
was on my Mega Drive.
Yeah, on your Mega Drive. Yeah, really good stuff. All right, we have one more topic before we go to the member section. But listen, if you want to become a member, Shane, tell them how do they become a member? How do they do it? How do they become a member, Shane? Help me out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't really hear you sometimes.
Sorry, my voice is messed
Your
up.
voice is going.
Yeah.
If you want to become a member, what you got to do is just stay right here, right? Because they're going to automatically be ported over right after this is done.
Well, you got to do something before you get.
It might ask you to join, and then you just listen. Just put your credit card number in there. Don't worry about how much it costs. It is very cheap. It's only like $2, I think, or something like that. And then just hang out with us because we're going to say some really stupid shit for an hour, and you're going to want to hear what we have to say. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I like that. That's a good description.
Did I do it right?
John, what do you think about the member section, John? Give me an endorsement. Sell it, bro. Sell it.
The members section is so good. It gives me tingles in areas that shouldn't allow me to get tingles. So make sure you join us in there. There's crazy stuff that's talked about. I'm sure we'll carry on talking about UFOs and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you're loving this, which is great anyway, this show, come on in there because it just extends it. It enhances it. Do it. Get in there. Join us.
Actually, Kenneth LaRoque gave the best by giving 5 BRANE Show memberships. Thank you, Kenneth LaRoque, to get people in there. So if you didn't want to pay for it, now Ken's got your back. Thank you so much, Kenneth LaRoque. I think Ken's our winner, right?
Yeah, Ken's definitely our winner.
Ken's our winner, so he's going to get the package as well.
Okay. So, let's pause this. Oh, it's playing. Sorry. Okay.
Brilliant.
So our last topic before the member section, and again, if you want to become a member, hit the join button, bottom left, or on your phone. If you have a hype button, hit the hype button too. And maybe you're lucky and you just got 5 random memberships from Kenneth. Thank you, Kenneth, for that. But either way, join us in the member section in about 10 minutes. Our last topic of the day is Disney adults. Shane, do you know what a Disney adult is?
It sounds dirty. Sounds wrong in a way.
Have you ever heard of a Disney adult, John?
Never heard of it, and it creeps me out just hearing about it now.
I want you guys to see. This is this is a Disney adult. Okay?
Oh dear gosh.
A Disney adult. And by the way, I live very close to Disneyland. I am in the same county. Some would say maybe even same zip code. My office is in the same zip code. We're right next to each other. Like they're 9286 something, and I'm 9286 something else. So we're very, very close to Disneyland. And I used to have a membership at Disneyland where I would go and I would visit, and because I was in California and we got the special discount just for going. Let me tell you something. People like this not only exist, but they exist in mass. There is so many absolute weirdos, full grown, over the top, usually overweight women and men that go to Disneyland like it's their church. Here's a quick video of some of the most ridiculous stuff. Then I'm going to show you a Meat Canyon video that we're going to react to.
Whoa, what the fuck's going on here?
Full-grown mothers dressed as Disney princesses.
These people never had children, bro.
So I want you to know, this is not an exaggeration. These people exist. And they get upset when you say something negative about Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, etc. And they have learned how to game Disneyland to like an extreme. Like it's their sport on getting in there and getting the most out of their day, right? Well, this is a video from Meat Canyon. If you are not subscribed to Meat Canyon,
what is that?
And you are not, I'll tell you, and you are not easily offended, I suggest you subscribe to this guy. He is an animator. He makes cartoons.
Okay.
And they're very, very offensive. But this is an accurate depiction of Disney adults, everyone.
So is this real?
What real?
Are these real people?
No, Disney adults are real. Yes.
No, are these that we're watching?
No, this is an animation.
Oh, that really?
This is an animated like little cartoon.
It looks like real people.
Oh, yeah, we've got real people on screen.
My bad. This one is. My bad.
Oh,
okay, yeah,
Wrong
yeah.
screen.
I was like, that's,
So that was
Yeah,
the
that
so this
animation
this
was
is from
great,
Me
I thought.
Canyon, and this is a really accurate representation of Disney adults.
All right.
I can't believe my Prince Charming is taking his princess to Disney World. In first class, no less. I'm so glad I persuaded you to upgrade our tickets.
Baby gets what baby wants.
Melvin, don't pinch me. I dare not wake up. Our dream of going to Disney World as a couple is only hours away, my love.
All right, folks. We're about halfway to
Look at all the Disney adults in
beautiful
there.
Orlando, Florida.
Look at them.
The temperature is 85 degrees and clear skies. Perfect for any travelers going to Disney World.
Too much Moulin Mushu pork at the...
Pass forward a little bit here.
Oh, God. Should have brought more pads.
Looks like roadkill in there.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Oh, no, fast forward.
Nemo, where are you?
So all the husbands are like fastening shivs and trying to commit self unaliving because their wives are so weird about Disneyland, bro. This guy is carving a shiv out of like a.
Where the fuck are you, Nemo? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm okay.
Look at-
I'm okay.
Are you all right? I can't go back. I won't.
I can't show anymore. I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna he kills himself very violently because he doesn't want to go back to Disney World, bro. And go watch the whole thing. It's by Me Canyon. It's called Disney Adults, and it gets more and more depraved. Where basically all most of the men on this flight don't want to go back to Disney World, and they try to fight it, but then the crazy Karens, specifically the main character, just starts killing people with superpowers. It's ridiculous. But the thing is, the reason I'm talking about this is because, and thank you for that, Marsha Haas, because I had a very similar experience. And I was reminded of this experience late yesterday. And then I saw that after I was reminded, my Amazon, my Google Home must have heard me talking about it because then it suggested all the Disney adult stuff to me. But like Marsha said, when we went to Disneyland, we had Disney adults cutting kids off in lines, blocking parades for children. It's nuts. Yeah. So I went once and I had a crazy experience where a group of extremely heavyset Disney adult women with the ears and the Disney and the princess, outfits and all that, basically pushed me and my family out of line for Space Mountain. And they felt justified because we're trying to break our record. We're trying to break our record, sir. Move, please. And they were adamant that I let them go up front of me so that they can break their ride record for the day. And I was like, I don't care.
Ride record.
And they got mad at me. Do you not understand? Move. And they just like physically pushed me, I'm a big man, out of the way. There's no way I'm stopping these 5 sumo wrestlers with their Mickey ears.
You want to know why this happens?
That's what tasers are for.
You can't bring those to Disneyland, bro.
You want to know why this happens? It's a very interesting concept. When Disney first came out in 1955, it was a totally different idea. Like what Walt Disney accomplished is nothing short of fucking phenomenal. Like it's amazing. He completely took the experience of going to the park and hanging out with your kids and turned it into like disappearing into a fantasy world. There's a reason why Disneyland actually has berms outside of it. You can't see into Disneyland from outside.
Right.
They created a structure so that you can't see in and you also can't see out, right? To try to immerse you into this environment. And when you take your kids at a young age, there's definitely something interesting that happens. Brian's been there so many times that he's kind of desensitized to it now. But, when you're young and you go a few times, you really buy into the fantasy, especially because kids didn't really have that many things to do, especially like in the 80s and 90s. There weren't a ton of things. Universal wasn't what it is today. Most of the other theme parks were just ride places. But Disney was an experience. And so you've got these people who grew up They're a little entitled. They fantasized about living in Disney, and they're just kind of living on a different plane. And that's why there's so many of them, bro. And there's a lot of freaky Disney adults that, what Brian's talking about. There's a reason why this Meat Canyon guy made this video, because it's topical. There's tons of them.
Millions of views too.
I get being a sci-fi fantasy fan. I'm passionate about what I love, and I'll go to cons where I'll wear t-shirts and I'll wear tops, of the show that I love. But I think that from what you were saying about there, Brian, there are these kind of people that they take it over the line, where they push boundaries when it's not a respectful way of loving what you love and being passionate about it, but then respecting other people as well.
Yeah, they're super entitled, man. It's usually larger white women. That's usually what it is. And they're really, really entitled, and they get in the way, and they just, Disneyland is their home, and we're guests in their home. That's basically the way they act. It's a pretty
Yeah.
And I think Disney needs to put a clamp down on this, because it's becoming more and more popular to act this way. And then as time goes on, people get more and more entitled and less respectful with each other, and just more and more, just douchebags. And we're getting, and Disney is going to get a reputation where it's like families would rather go to Knott's Berry Farm, which is right down the street, cost a third of the price, and has no weird Disney people.
Yeah.
I think Universal's actually starting to pick up. Universal's trying to Disney-fy their situation, like with the Mario Land.
I thought about getting a membership, man. I thought about it.
It's cheaper. You get the same immersive experience. You can ride almost the same amount of rides. The problem with Disney is it takes so long. I mean, Disney's Star Wars ride. What is that? The Rise of the Empire?
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. What's the ride in there that's really immersive?
Oh yeah.
It's got Kylo Ren and
I forgot. It's something about.
Well, anyways, that ride is like the most badass ride I have ever been on. It's incredible. Super cool what they did with it. But good luck. It's going to take you 3 fucking hours to get through the line.
Yeah, it takes half your day to get on that ride. And then it's very predatory. They sell fast passes that are really, really expensive. But these Disney adults eat them up. And what they don't tell you is they get the fast pass, and then they're putting those people ahead of you. So the more fast passes, the longer your ride is. It's remotely not a fair system. Meanwhile, Universal, you can go pay for one day and pay a small fee extra and get access to the park for the entire year.
Yeah, it's true. Well,
and they're bringing the Fast and Furious world, which I can't wait for. Let's go.
It's the same with cons and gold passes, though. At cons, when they brought them in the UK, and it was like you pay. I think it was £200. I'm talking about 10 years ago, when I used to go a lot to cons, and I used to get them because it would get you at the front of the queue, and then you get to meet the stars. Then they added on top of that a diamond pass, which is another £200, £300, and that was exclusive to certain actors. So say you wanted to meet exclusively Michael J. Fox and talk to him and get his autograph, your gold pass never gave you access to that, so you then had to buy a diamond pass on top of it.
That sounds like when I wanted to meet the guy that plays Spock, and I had to buy a special pass. But let us know what you guys think in the comments and chat below. We're going to the members section here. Shane, do me a favor and play us out.
Okay, just want to thank you guys. We did get 5 more membership.
Yes.
Thank you for Rec.
Thank you, Rec.
5 BRANE Show gift memberships, and you guys come in there. We'll see you over there. We love you guys. If we don't see you in the membership, we'll see you next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you so much.
Thank you. Go to mixes.com to support us. Go to John's channel and subscribe, and we'll see you in the member section. Adios. Here comes the I started a little too soon. Wait for it. Yes. Perfect timing, I might add.